What's up, everybody? It's Dingers time. We're Dingers with the boys. We're coming at you late night on a Friday night after the Nuggets-Minnesota game. We have lots of thoughts about different things, so we decided to come on here. It's kind of a crazy weekend with Easter. First of all, have a great Easter. Hopefully everybody had a good one. This will come out on Monday, so we're doing this on Friday night. So you'll have Easter already, but hopefully you all had a great weekend, great Easter with family and everything like that.
Yeah, Easter's always a fun holiday for me. Dyeing eggs and going to church with my family. It's always fun. It's always fun no matter what, getting together with family. But
my favorite always was our grandma used to do scavenger hunts.
Yeah,
and so. Since she's passed, we've kind of taken that over. So me and Megan, we do a scavenger hunt at our house now. And it's just so much fun. I don't really do the scavenger hunt now, but I am the one that makes it. And it's just
I think it's just as fun seeing everybody else running around the whole house.
Especially how the certain ones that you don't think that they would struggle on, and then they do. And it's just like, man,
even coming up with like the hints or the clues is fun.
Yeah,
I found out that I'm not great. I've tried to help you in the past. I'm not great at making the hints, but
it's always just a fun one. And I remember when we were younger, on warmer Easters, because sometimes it's snowy, cold.
Yeah, you never know in Colorado.
Yeah, on warmer ones, which I think this weekend possibly, I don't know. I know there's a cold spell coming in, but we always used to play kickball, and I always loved the foods. For me, I loved the chocolate bunnies, but I loved eating the heads off.
Maniac.
Exactly. So sometimes I would just leave the rest. I was like, I don't really want the rest.
That's even weirder.
I know. I'd always eat the heads off. That was my first thing.
He's the little crazy guys. I don't know.
But yeah, and then just finding the eggs and like you said, dyeing the eggs. I know we dyed eggs tonight, and I didn't know that you did this every single time. Do you want to tell people what you did?
Yeah, so every single year, for as long as I can remember, those white, invisible crayon things. Mm-hmm. It's like, for those of you guys that don't know, if you color it and then put it in the dye, it shows up white. Well, for the longest time, ever since I could remember, I try to color in the egg and then turn it white. Even though eggs start white.
Well, that's when we're doing it tonight, they're like, I just want an all-white egg. And I just look at you, I'm like, Kyle, you're holding an all-white egg.
No, you gotta.
And I didn't know what you were talking about at first.
And then go through the dye and just see how much close you actually can get. And it's harder than you think. It's really hard.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially that wax.
You can't see where you've colored and where you haven't. But.
Well, and then you got a few other people that were with us trying it and everything. And so
everybody was making fun of me when I first saw it, but then everyone had to try it. I'm that cool.
And then the egg wars. We love doing the egg wars, and I thought everybody did it.
I thought so too.
But apparently it was maybe our family. I don't know if other families do it. Everybody will have to let us know. But each person holds an egg, and one person hits the other opposing egg, and whoever's cracks loses. And we've been doing that since I was I can remember. And so I don't know, maybe it was just our family.
How do you rate yourself as a egg finder?
Egg finder?
Yeah.
Man, I haven't found eggs in a long time. I feel like I'm pretty good, though. I would say, 8 or 9 out of 10, maybe.
I think if there was an award for the worst, I would take it. By far. My family can tell you this as well, that I just don't know, if it's...
Maybe I should hide eggs for you and Natalie. But I'll hide eggs for you and Natalie, and I'll see who can hide or find
Natalie
eggs.
Might beat me, honestly. As bad as that sounds, and I'm not even hiding it.
Yeah, she could. If she knew what she was actually supposed to do, she might be all right. Actually,
I remember my sisters. They were always they'd be running around. I'd just be leisurely, kind of walk in, and I'd just walk past them, and
that's kind of funny.
Yeah, and it's just
oblivious. It doesn't surprise me though. Just knowing you, it doesn't surprise me. Just with directions and stuff.
Yeah, directions are not the greatest. I feel like I was better with like observation stuff, and
Yeah.
I don't know. Lately, last few years, maybe not. But when it
That's
comes to
pretty
Easter eggs, never been good.
That's funny.
I'm pretty sure there was one year we always did the plastic eggs. We always did like they hid the real eggs,
Yeah.
but you'd only hide maybe 6
A
of
few
them,
or so, yeah.
like per person. But we'd hide a lot more of the plastic eggs.
You'd lose
And
some.
we'd lose some every single year.
I think that's and it's funny because you're like, all right, I got to remember which ones, and then you
Yeah.
never remember.
I mean, I remember there was one year too where us as the kids hid the eggs for the parents.
Yeah. We used to
And
do
that
that
was
at
pretty
grandma's
cool.
every once in a while.
Yeah.
I remember doing that.
I remember at grandma's we would like go by age and
Yeah. Yeah. The
Yeah.
younger ones started earlier and stuff. But let's get into some sports.
Yeah.
You know, Easter's awesome, but let's talk some sports. We just finished the Nuggets game. Jamal was out again,
yeah.
and there will be a game in between this. So we play on Easter, so we don't know how that game went. But tonight we played Minnesota. We ended up only losing by 14, I think it was.
Like 111.
I think it was 112 to
98 or something.
98, I think. I don't know. Anyways, ended up only losing that, but we were down by like 25 at a few points.
Yeah.
It just never,
The
it
final
really,
score, made it look closer.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
it was a bad game. And I told you we were sitting there. I think from the beginning we just looked tired.
Yeah.
And that's how it was against Phoenix, I think, too.
And I was like, so you said like Jamal Murray, he's out. This is his 3rd game in a row that he's missed. I think 3rd or 4th. And I wasn't worried about it at first because I was thinking that, hey, they're just kind of resting him because we played Memphis. All right, understand. Jokic was out. Or no, the game before Memphis. So this was their 4th game.
Yeah, I
that
think
they're
he's
out.
yeah. It's just the more
But,
that he sits
yeah.
out, the more concerning it is.
Yeah, like
And it could still be, hey, he could be all right, but let's
Yeah.
just give him a little bit extra time. And that's what I'm hoping. What I didn't like is not seeing him on the bench tonight.
Yeah.
I don't like when like you don't see a player on the bench.
And we,
so-
who knows, like, it could have been, I don't know, for another reason. Because I don't really believe when teams, like, put out injury alerts, like, hey, this person is out because of this injury. I think sometimes that's not fully 100% true. I think sometimes they just say, oh, yeah, he's hurt, but it's really some other issue or some other thing that he had to go to. But
yeah, it'll be, I don't know. Hopefully, because the team that we saw tonight and the team we saw against Phoenix, just watching,
yeah,
that's not a championship team.
no,
And
not
so,
even, yeah.
but I'm not too worried right now. If I remember correctly, we didn't finish the last season crazy well either.
I think we lost the last 3.
Yeah, and so I know we still have a few
The last
games.
season was different because we coasted into the number 1 seed.
True.
Just like Boston is this year.
I
but,
personally don't think the number 1 seed's a crazy big deal.
yeah,
I think those, and we were talking this tonight, like who would you rather play? I think that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
yeah,
you probably want to play Golden State, but it's not even, I mean, they're a championship team too, you know,
Yeah.
they haven't lost that many people or anything. And so
yeah.
I would probably rather play them, but you know, I know people say like, oh yeah, we got the Lakers and stuff, but
they're still
it's
good.
to play them as them being a 6, 7, 8 seed.
Yeah,
That's a strong 6, 7, 8 seed. You know, it's not like a team where they won 39 games and barely got into the playoffs anymore. It's not like that, especially in the West.
I don't think there's going to be any sweeps in the West in any round of
Not
any
just the
playoffs.
Nuggets.
Yeah, not just the Nuggets. But I think any round, any matchup, I don't think there's a single sweep.
Yeah.
Just because the West is so stacked. It's like even the 10 seed, the Houston Rockets, they won their 12th game in a row or 11th game in a row now.
That's the 11th seed.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, they've won
Yeah.
11 in a row. They're one game back from Golden State,
Yeah.
who's won 3 in a row. But
It's like that's just
Who knows
crazy to
on
think.
that?
You look at the East and the 11th seed has been eliminated.
well,
Probably.
Philly is now I think the 8th seed.
Yeah.
And so them and Miami, I think, are kind of battling back and forth. Indiana's right in there, and so, but yeah, they're just not as strong, and so Boston, they're extremely strong. But yeah, it is completely different. But I hope the Nuggets can turn it around. I'm going to one more game. Who knows? Who knows if we? Yeah, you never know if we end up getting tickets or anything. But we do have playoff tickets, depending on the games and stuff. And so hopefully we'll be able to go to a couple of those. And if they make it to the finals, we got tickets for game one. So that would be nice. That would be especially after how much we paid last year for the first game.
But that was totally worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it was the first game and like first finals. And so that was so much fun. I cried. But after the game tonight, I want to throw this out there. There's a guy selling hot dogs, little vendor, just has his little stand. We're like, all right, let's just do it. You know, we're walking, all right, let's do it. Megan talks us into it. Cool. We walk over there. Like,
we walk back.
Yeah, we walk back over to get hot dogs. He's like, yeah, hot dogs? I'm like, yeah, how much is one? $10. Yeah, for one? $10. I'm like, nah, we're good. Yeah. It's like, what? Dude, $10? Like, I know inflation, but dang, man.
I'll wait until we go to a Rockies game.
And I still think we'd get it cheaper.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay,
I've been dying for hot dogs, too, just because of baseball season starting.
Yep. And there's something about the hot dogs at the stadiums that are different. Yeah. But you brought up the Rockies. I asked you this the other day. Legitimate question. I can just see your face. Who wins more games this year? The Rockies or the Broncos? Broncos has 17 games.
That's where
the Rockies have 162 games.
What I want to happen is I want the Broncos to win more, but
dude, that would be.
I don't
want that to happen.
I don't want it to happen, but.
How long now have I been saying that the Rockies are going to win 9 games all year?
We've been saying that both for a while now. It's just like the record for most losses in an MLB season.
It's like 119 or something.
Yeah, it's like 119 or right around 120, but it dates back to like 1939 or something like that. Like it's been a long time. Mm-hmm. The Rockies last year, they won 59. It was one of the only years where they had 100+ losses. Yeah, because they usually don't.
That doesn't happen very often either.
Doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. And it like first game of the season versus Arizona. I was at work and so I couldn't watch the game, but I could see like the sports ticker kind of like just
every once in a while
across, and I see it's 2-1 in the third, not bad, and then a whole thing of scores go around, and I see, now it's 8-1.
Yep.
There's my Rockies. That makes more sense than get off in the morning and find out, they lost 16-1. And
you know how I am with baseball.
Yeah.
It's definitely my least favorite sport. However, I watched that Rockies game over March Madness games because I was like, hey, it's the first game. All right, and I was flipping back and forth.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I doing? What? This is dumb.
I'm rubbing off on you.
Yeah, it's
my love for baseball.
Well, it's funny because I've worked with like Coors Field, and then I worked down in Florida with the Cardinals and the Marlins, and I've been around baseball probably the most.
Yeah.
But it's just I do like the new rules that it speeds up.
I don't know. The thing I love most about baseball is just, I guess, I don't even know if this is the right word, but just how relaxing it is.
Yeah, it's like you can fall asleep. Exactly.
No.
You got it.
I love seeing, I love just having it on in the background when I'm working on the podcast stuff, or
do you know why that
is? Looking at whatever.
Because you don't have to pay attention because it's boring. You said it perfectly. No. Thank you, Mr. Kyle.
Whatever. You're just a hater.
I know a couple of listeners are going to be like, you just don't understand baseball.
No.
Yeah, I understand it. It's boring. You just said it's relaxing. You don't even need to watch it. It's just on in the background.
Yeah, but you miss out on, there's so much strategy when it comes to baseball that people just don't realize. And I don't know, the decisions that a manager has to make when they're building their lineup and all that.
Ugh. No, I hope the Rockies do. I got my little bobbleheads out here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Book. Book gave me these. He was on a few weeks ago. But, yeah, I hope they do good. I enjoy going to the games.
I was happy to see.
Just,
I noticed this year that Rockies are doing a lot more giveaways. Last year, I want to say they only did 3 or 4, maybe.
Man, when we were kids, the Rockies, Broncos, Avs, Nuggets, all of them did a lot. Nuggets and Avalanche, I can't remember the last giveaway they had. They had the banner after the game. But other than that, I cannot remember a giveaway.
Today they did a giveaway.
Oh.
They're doing little tax. H&R Block.
$10 off tax if you skip.
So you can't say they don't do giveaways.
All right, they used to do cool giveaways.
You don't like money off?
Well, the best was they were handing them out, and then 10 feet later they're throwing. No, I looked. Well, I'll take one of those because you know me. I'll grab anything.
I thought for sure you went and grabbed one.
I went to grab one, and then I saw it, and I was like, never mind.
And I thought you took it and just handed it back.
I didn't take it. I was going to, and then I was like, nah, I'm good.
I wish you would have just taken it.
Looked at it.
Actually.
Just kind of like the hot dog one.
Yeah.
Nah, we're good. Yep. But let's take a break really quick, and then we'll come back, talk some March Madness, do our picks. Woo! But, yeah, let's take a break really quick. It's Dingers with the boys. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, and Twitter. Go give us a follow.
Yeah, like Tim said, if you like the videos that we're putting out, definitely go follow and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. But let's just get back to the show.
Oh, didn't see you there. Now, we are back. We're Dingers with the boys. Late night pod here. We're talking March Madness now. Yep. Got the Elite Eight set for men's. Women's is still, I think, being played right now. There's a couple and some tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure, but it's all good. So men's are set. We got UConn versus Illinois, Duke versus NC State. Big underdog there.
I hope they win the whole thing now.
Oh, I would love it. It would be it would be awesome. 11
It would be kind of sad because, man, what CU could have been.
God, it's so frustrating, man. And I think they could have matched up pretty good against NC State. Yeah. But then we got Alabama versus Clemson and Purdue versus Tennessee.
Yeah.
And
the Alabama-Clemson one is, again, 4 versus 6 seed. Mm-hmm.
It could end up being a Clemson-NC State championship. Yeah. That'd be crazy, 6-11. I don't think it's going to happen, but I also had Clemson. Pretty sure I had them losing the first round to New Mexico.
Same. And I'm pretty sure I had New Mexico going to the Sweet 16, I think. I think I had them beating Baylor.
I might have actually too. And I had Bama losing the second round to St. Mary's. And so
it's kind of funny though, I still have not seen Clemson a game.
Play? Really?
I have not seen them play.
I watched a little of that Baylor game.
I guess I watched do highlights count? Because I watched highlights of the Arizona.
I guess I watched a little of the Arizona game too. I didn't watch a crazy amount, but they're actually probably the team that I've seen the least.
Yeah.
And that includes NC State, which is kind of crazy because I watched some of them in their conference tournament. And stuff.
I think it's funny, watching the Denver Nuggets because you notice Christian Brown wore the Gonzaga jersey going to.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Tonight he did?
Well, I don't think it was tonight, but it was when Gonzaga beat Kansas. Because I'm pretty sure
he must have a bet.
He must have had a bet with Strother.
Yeah, because
Strother went to Gonzaga.
Yeah,
but the loser had to wear.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
the
how it
person's
is.
Jersey kind of thing. But
Gonzaga just got kind of demolished tonight. But I think it'll be a fun Elite Eight. I think hopefully all the games will be good.
Yeah.
Duke pulled off the upset against Houston. That was a pretty big upset.
I'm mad at myself because I had Duke winning, and then more I thought about it, more I looked at things, I ended up changing it to Houston, and I should have just stuck with my gut. But
I honestly still have no idea who I put. I know we were talking about that. I might not have picked either of them. I don't remember.
I think I even had Duke making the Final Four.
And then you switched it?
I think,
Ouch. Well, you are in second, though.
Because now I think I'm going to go down because I'm pretty sure I had Houston in the championship.
I could still go up pretty good because I have Tennessee and UConn, and I don't think a lot of people probably had Tennessee.
Yeah.
And so I know in one of my brackets in the groups, if Tennessee wins it 100%,
Yeah.
no matter what else happens, I'll win if Tennessee wins. So, come on, Tennessee.
I would
Let's go,
love that,
Vols.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they've never won.
That would
I
be
don't
awesome.
think. I don't think they've ever won in men's basketball, but don't quote me on that. Sorry, Mel.
I know the women probably have.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they definitely have. But CU women's are still in it,
Yeah.
and legitimately, do they have a chance against Iowa? Caitlin Clark they play tomorrow.
I want to
1:30.
say yeah, but I was talking to my dad about this actually earlier. So I think the only way we can win is you kind of have to hope that Iowa has a bad shooting game and Colorado has a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But I was kind of thinking that because I think if there's no stopping Caitlin Clark. I think she's going to score.
If you can keep her down
But
to like
if you
30
can
points,
Well, I think it's the opposite. I think if you can keep the rest of her team to under 30, then I think you give yourself a shot.
I think CU actually matches up better with the rest of her team. I think CU has pretty much actually the advantage in most of the other matchups.
I think so too.
I think Quay Miller and Von Lay down low and Sherrod, I think they have the better matchups. It'll be interesting to see who guards Caitlin Clark. I'm not 100% sure who will, but maybe Sherrod just kind of be feisty, but then you don't want to get her in foul trouble, and so it's...
I think,
I don't know.
I don't think you really double team her,
Mm-hmm.
at least not at the start, but...
Yeah, kind of see
that,
just how the game's going.
That ruins the point. But yeah, I really think that they don't try to stop Caitlin Clark from scoring 30 plus.
Yeah.
It's probably going to happen.
I personally, I think if you can keep her to 30, I don't think the rest of her team is going to score over 30. And so just hopefully you can score on them as well.
But then, with
nice
that being said, if we're not making our shots, then...
Yeah. I think Quay Miller and Von Lay both got to have really good games. I think Sherrod has to take care of the ball for sure, not get in foul trouble because there's sometimes she gets in foul trouble.
I think though it's going to be a close game. It's not going to be.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
I think if Iowa does win, it's going to be definitely by less than 10.
Yeah,
I would say by 7.
Mm-hmm.
I can see.
I hope CU can. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Hopefully LSU loses. And don't have to. I don't like LSU.
Yeah.
And so we'll see. Notre Dame lost today, and so Oregon State. Man, those Beavers, man.
Yeah, I know. You were saying, there's some controversy in
absolutely
that
ridiculous.
game too.
Hannah Hidalgo plays for Notre Dame. She's the top player for Notre Dame. Honestly, one of the top players in the nation as a freshman, and I don't disagree with the rule because, so she has a nose ring.
Yeah.
She has literally played every single game this year with this nose ring in.
Yeah.
That includes the first 2 rounds of March Madness. Mm-hmm. She played the first quarter today with the nose ring in. She gets 2 buckets right before the end of the quarter. They're like, you have to take that nose ring out. And I'm not saying that they were Oregon State fans or anything like that. But, the training staff, they don't know how to get these out. They're not, taught in how to get those out.
Yeah.
Well, it takes them half the second quarter almost to get that out. And so she kind of, obviously she gets cold. She was probably going to play all 40 minutes of the game. Well, she didn't because of that.
Yep.
Notre Dame did come back, take the lead later on. So I'm not saying that's it.
Yeah.
But that could be a big,
you off.
exactly.
And
it was one of her worst games of the year. She scored, I think, 10 points she finished with. One of her worst games. And like I said, I'm not saying that's because of it. But I know her nose was bleeding and stuff like crazy. And it's like, the thing with me is, if you're going to do that, first of all, say it at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Second of all, why have you allowed her to do that the entire season?
Yeah.
Especially the first 2 rounds of March Madness. It's not like it was just the regular season. No, in the tournament. And then the first quarter.
Yeah. That just, it seems, I don't know, a little fishy, I guess. But
and I'm not saying that hey, congrats to Oregon State. You know, they're playing great ball,
great.
especially the last month or so. And I don't know, would I be as frustrated if it was not Notre Dame? Maybe not. It just frustrates me because I think Hannah Hidalgo after she said, I think it's completely BS.
I think that's just kind of a referee almost having like a power trip, if you will. Like, oh yeah, that's not allowed.
That's what, like, all right, did she say something to the ref, like complain about something? Maybe. It was like, oh, hey, you have to take that out now. It's just, I don't know. It's frustrating. I still don't know if people are going to be able to beat South Carolina. However, Indiana tonight, I think it was South Carolina only won by 4 points at the end.
Yeah.
And so there's been close games. Tennessee should have lost or beat them a couple weeks ago.
I mean, you never know. Like, you still have to show up. You still got to make your shots.
I just hope
stops and all that. But
CU, man.
Yeah.
But that would be awesome. CU, South Carolina, get into the finals. And CU gives them their first loss of the season in the championship, wins their first championship. So cool. That would be awesome. I would be so happy. But hopefully the CU girls can get it done.
Yeah.
By the time you listen to this, hopefully they're already winners.
Yeah.
If not, rough.
Yeah, that's real quick. I kind of want to go back to the Caitlin Clark thing. I know you saw it, but Caitlin Clark got offered $5 million.
$5 million
to join the Big Three. What do you think?
Oh my gosh. So I believe the top rookie deal that she could get is like $78,000.
Yeah.
That doesn't count endorsements though. Mm-hmm. I think what she is like estimated to be would be $2.5-3 million with like endorsements. However, you're getting $5 million, and then I'm pretty sure you can still get those endorsements.
Yeah,
dude, that's like, what is that? Like a 62% increase or something like that? Like,
I know. Like,
I don't know how she doesn't do it.
I don't either. Like, the only way I can see her not doing it is if WNBA somehow says that she can't.
Well, and they have like that's messed up a few women in the past because like overseas because they do have like a non-exclusive or something. So it's hey, if they're playing, you have to play.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the Big Three if that would mess it up, and so
I don't know for sure. I don't know like the
even if say the WNBA says she cannot play this year. If she does that, but she can play like the next year.
I think she'll still be dumb.
That's what I'm like. You have to take it, right?
Yeah, I would think so. But then, like, I can see her not because already WNBA players are pissed about it. It's like, I don't know for sure the player that spoke up about it, but they're super upset because they've never got a deal like that.
I haven't heard any players, but I'm sure some of them are.
And the highest paid WNBA player is
$247, I believe. $247,000
so it's like
which it's not. Hey, I would take that in a second.
I would take that too.
And then they obviously get some endorsements on top of that, but. Yeah, $5 million for 1 I think
year.
they have 8 games plus 2 playoff games possibly.
Yep.
What?
It would also be like interesting too is how is the Big Three players gonna?
Well, dude, I was just about to say that. I was like, I wonder if and it helps because a lot of those guys were NBA players, so they already have millions of dollars. But still,
it's like the size difference. Like I was looking at some of the Big Three teams, and they still got some like. 6'9", 6'10", 7 feet, like
dude, I would absolutely love it. I hope it happens. I would love it. I think it would be so cool.
I think it would be really cool. I think like it would be even cooler because I know like Brianna Stewart, she's wanted to make a 3v3 league for women in the off season.
Well, then maybe they
transition. Like this could be the start of
maybe the Big Three does one. In some of the off seasons, I don't know exactly how it would work, but I think this could open the door to maybe a couple women players can play with the NBA and stuff. I don't know.
Maybe even imagine all woman team saying like
in the NBA.
In the Big Three.
I was like in the NBA. I don't know if that would
in the NBA. I don't know,
great,
but in the Big Three,
I could see in the future that no, I can play with these NBA players. I'm
Yeah.
not going to the WNBA. I'm going to the NBA. And
Yeah,
so
maybe.
I don't know. We'll see.
But it's like I know, like the big three, they have their 4-point shot too, which Caitlin Clark could probably make that
for sure.
with her eyes closed.
Yeah,
But
it'll be interesting, and I could see if this actually works, and it does. I could see Anoscu and, like you said, Stewart, Wilson,
Yeah, I
Chelsea
could see,
Gray,
like,
Plum. I
just
could
like
see
the
some of these top players.
XFL is merging with the USFL, I could totally see.
I don't know if they'd merge it. I just think that they would do this if they could make it a little bit different. I think they would do this as well instead of going overseas.
Yeah,
So I think they would put, and maybe they'll do that in the off season. Maybe they'll do a big 3 women's or something. I don't know exactly.
I know, there has been talks like Brianna Stewart's one of the head person people trying to.
It's tough with that though,
that,
because then
but-
they're competing with the NBA. Because that's what's so nice about the WNBA. They're playing not when the NBA is playing, and so they don't have to really compete as much for basketball wise. But I don't know. We'll see. Let's go finally, because last week we did not do the simulations. We threw that in quick, and so let's talk a little bit about the simulations this week. We had. Let's see here. We had the number 1 team, 95-96 Chicago Bulls versus the 85-86 Boston Celtics. They were the number 5 seed, and the Celtics took it to them, man. They won in 4-2.
Very, very surprised by that. But yeah, it seemed like Larry Bird had some monster games.
Larry Legend, man. I love Larry Bird. I love listening to stories about him and just seeing just different clips of him, and I hope that team wins it all, kind of.
Yeah.
And that was a big upset, honestly. Number 5 versus number 1. That knocks our top 2 overall seeds out.
Yep.
And we already had our 3rd seed out, and so we still have our 4th top seed, which is the 1971-72 LA Lakers in it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy that the top 3 teams of all time, record-wise, are out now.
Yeah, here on the East, you have your 5 seed, you have a 6 seed, and a 7 seed.
Yeah.
So
and one of them are going to the championship.
One of them is going to the final.
Off of that, I hope it's the Celtics, but you never know. We'll see.
I kind of hope. Yeah, I would be fine with the Celtics or the Miami Heat, I guess. But I'd probably say more the Celtics. I think having an older team in there would be
I like Larry
really
Bird.
cool. But
on the West, we had our big upset originally, number 8, 06-07 Dallas Mavericks versus the number 4, 16-17 Warriors.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Dallas couldn't get it done. They lost 4-2 in 6 games.
It was kind of interesting because Dallas essentially played the same team because their first round matchup was the 2015 Golden State Warriors.
15-16.
Which that team was basically identical.
Yeah, because that was the 15-16. This was the 16-17.
This was the 16-17. Only difference was the Warriors did not win the championship that 15-16 year, and the 16-17 year, pretty sure they did.
Yeah.
But yeah, roster-wise, they're basically the same.
Yeah.
I think Dallas ended up winning the series in 7, but so I was thinking that I was kind of surprised there was like more of a lopsided matchup.
It was still 6 though.
Yeah.
I know they came back, but it was still 6.
Yeah.
But there's a chance we might have a Golden State versus Golden State to go to the championship.
Next week we'll have the 2014 Golden State Warriors versus the 1971 LA Lakers.
Yep. That's with Jerry West, Will Chamberlain.
Also, it's not even really that I dislike Golden State.
It's just you want different teams.
And these are basically the same. It's 2016 to 2014. It's basically
the 14-15 versus 16-17.
I'm pretty sure, the 14-15. I think they still had Durant. I don't know if they got.
I don't think
Durant
they had
in the
Durant
15.
yet.
Maybe it's the 15-16.
So I feel like they didn't have Durant.
But,
I honestly can't remember.
So at least all right, that would be a little bit different, but
a big core. I mean, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Steph Curry definitely were all there. I think Andre Iguodala was there, and so they had 4 top players.
I just hope it will be 4 different teams, but
yeah,
we don't try to have one team win and one not. The only thing that I do when I'm doing the simulations. It's just I try to make a score that makes sense. It's like, hey, if it
and that's not even it's not
and,
even if it's close or anything. It's like if one team scores 60 points and the other's like 100, you're like, all right, this one was a fluke. You don't even look who wins. It's just that's not happening. So and that doesn't happen very often. It's once every once in a while, but it could happen in real life, but
not in a. It wouldn't be in a playoff setting,
and so we don't even look who wins it or whatever. It's literally just because of that. But we'll see. Hopefully, you guys have been liking this simulation. I know we have. I enjoy looking to see who wins every week.
Yep.
And so we'll see. But we got to get to our picks, man. I tied it up, baby.
Yep.
That's my bread and butter. The NCAA. Men's basketball, that's my bread and butter. And, they were so close. I could have went to 3-0. If Iowa State could have pulled it off against Illinois. They didn't. It was a close game. And then Purdue just dominated tonight.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Real quick,
we didn't watch any of these.
Real quick, I don't know if I've even explained why I don't like Purdue or whatever. But
we know why. Zach Edey, man. We know why. Man, I should have just picked another game. Every game next year when Zach Edey's on the Nuggets, we're gonna pick that every single time.
Well, I gotta.
And you're gonna pick against the Nuggets, and
just be a bad fan. Then.
Yeah, but so we tied it up. I got the Tennessee game. I got the Purdue game. You got the Illinois game. So we're tied up, 17-19. So we're still under 500, but we're gonna try to get up there. And so. We got 2 basketball games that are very big into the play-in, possibly last playoff spot, and then opening day of baseball here. So let's go with play-in first, basketball?
Sure.
Okay, so we got on Thursday night, we got the Miami Heat versus the Philadelphia 76ers. This could be big playoff implications, possibly.
Yeah.
And so you want to go first or you want me to?
I'll go first. I'm going to go with Philly, I think.
Okay.
I don't know for sure when Embiid is coming back, but I'm pretty sure he is coming back in the regular season.
Dude, he's washed. This is in Miami. Just a heads up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine, but...
So you're going with Philly?
I think I'm going Philly.
Okay.
I think even if Embiid doesn't play, I think they're a better team. I think it'll come down to shooting, and I think Maxey and Oubre will be better than Butler. I don't think anybody else other than Butler can really put the team on his back, which I think if you stop Jimmy Butler...
Is Bam out?
No, he's in.
He's in?
I think Tyler Hero is the only one
Is he the only one that's out?
Is battling injuries, and I don't know for sure how long he's out, but I think a good chance he misses that game, but...
All right, you're going Philly. I'm going Miami. I'm going Miami for sure. So we're definitely going to have one different. I think not Jimmy Butler, Himmy Butler is going to be showing up.
I mean, this is when he shows up.
I love Jimmy Butler. I think he's so fun to watch, especially when games matter in the playoffs and going into the playoffs. I think, especially in Miami, he's going to get it done for Miami. I think they're Terry Rozier. He's there too. Bam. I'm not a huge fan of Philly, anyways, even with Embiid, and so
I'm not either. But
I think in their last 10, they're 3-7.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, and so I'm going Miami on that one.
They should have beat the Clippers the other night, but
no, they shouldn't have. You're whack. I'm just kidding. I don't even know which game you're talking about. that was a
rough.
That's with the fouls that you were telling me. I do remember. Next one. Thursday night as well. This is on the West. This could be to make it to the play-in, possibly. You got the Warriors versus Rockets. Right now the Rockets are 1 game back, but they've won 11 straight. Warriors have won 3 straight. I'll go first on this one. I'm going to go with the Rockets. I think they're hot right now. I think they're just playing really good.
Yeah.
It's hard to go against the Warriors just because the last 10-plus years they've been so dominant, and you can't imagine them not making the playoffs. But the way the Rockets are playing, I think the Warriors have something to lose, and the Rockets don't. So the pressure is definitely on the Warriors at this time. And Draymond Green, who knows? He might only play 1 minute this game, thrown out. But I'm going to go with Rockets on this one.
I was kind of surprised. I thought there was a slight chance he might pick Warriors. But yeah, I'm also going to go Houston. A lot of the same reasons why you said they have really nothing to lose, everything to gain. Whereas the Warriors, like, I feel like part of them, like, I don't feel like they care. It's
like I said,
they don't really
just
care
fun.
if they. No, I'm saying the Warriors don't care.
Oh,
I'm saying because it doesn't.
It's weird.
Matter to them if they don't make playoffs. Like they've already etched their names in the Hall of Fame and all this stuff. So it's like it's not really like they need to make it.
It's a strange season, honestly.
So
I think like this offseason, I think the Warriors are going to get blown up unless they somehow make up a miracle run. I think that roster is going to be completely different.
I think so too. I was kind of surprised they didn't make really many moves.
I thought they would. I thought Klay Thompson was gone. So I'm surprised. All right, so we're same on that one. Last one we got Colorado Rocky, the 9-win total season. Colorado Rockies, it'll be a home opener on Friday against Tampa Bay. I'll let you go first.
Yeah, so I don't really know what the pitching is going to be like, but just going off batting and offenses, I got to give it to Tampa Bay. They get to get the benefits of being in Coors Field. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to win.
Dude, you're going to be surprised, but I'm going Rockies, man. Really? Yeah. I think that's good. You know, it's like home opener. It's just always so exciting. And they might not win a game until then. And so maybe they're going to like turn it around and just
it's always like weird because the Rockies do start off the seasons usually really well.
Yeah. This season it's not as good.
Yeah.
But I think I've worked opening days. I've been to a couple, and it's such a fun atmosphere. Everybody's so excited. I think that's going to pump up the team. I think the Rockies are going to take it, which is crazy that I'm saying that.
I did not think we were going to have a different pick.
And I'm like such a homer, too, so it's hard for me to pick. Yeah. I was thinking, I was kind of going back and forth as we were talking.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I would love it if they win, but I just don't see.
It probably won't.
I'm
definitely on the lower.
Top to bottom, all of them can hit.
Yep.
So
I don't know. We'll see. I hope the Rockies win. That would give me the lead.
I think if they do win, it's going to be like a 13-12. Game.
Yeah, just a huge scoring. That'd be a cool opening day, actually, though. It'd be fun to go to. But, yeah, so we'll see. All right, we got two different ones and one the same. So we definitely will get some shake-up again. Hopefully I go 3-0. You go 1-2. But hopefully
I think if we both go, or we can't both go 2-1, huh?
No, because we only have one of the same.
Well, if one of us goes 2-1,
we can go 2-1.
We're both 2 games under 500.
We could both go 2-1,
like 50%. So I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah, but then we would lose another game, so we wouldn't be at 500 anyways.
True.
So, but I don't know. We'll see. So hopefully you guys have a great week. Hopefully you had this good last week. Hopefully you had a good Easter. Definitely remember to follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. Not even going to, and Twitter.
Yeah.
Spotify and Twitter, they're kind of, I don't know. Definitely go to YouTube. Yeah. That's where we post most of our stuff. Instagram as well, but YouTube's are definitely our go-to. So please go check that out and subscribe to us. But that's all we got.
Yeah. Hope you guys have a great week.
Yep. All right. Well, we will see you later, alligators. Peace.